Awesome. So just getting right into this, you should be able to see our screen. Are you guys able to introduce yourselves?
Sure thing. So my name is Frederick Beek. I'm the CEO of Crosswise Finance. I have a long background in creating digital marketplaces, especially in the video games industry. And 2 years ago, I started to know DeFi, and I fell in love with it. And since 6 months, we're developing Crosswise with a team of 8 developers at the moment.
So, good evening. My name's Greg Kine. I'm COO at Crosswise. I have about 20 years experience working online and used to run an award-winning web agency. Later got into education platforms and more recently into cryptocurrency, initially in 2016 as a miner, and then later on that took me into all sorts of directions and eventually into DeFi, which is how Crosswise came about.
Nice. So you guys actually have been here for quite a while. 2016, you experienced 2017 crash, etc.
Yeah.
Possibly the 2021 crash.
We'll have to see how that pans out.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. So I'm just curious, have you created any previous coins from this?
So this is
before this?
This is our first crypto project, but we have already I've already implemented blockchain for a digital marketplace before. So I was kind of familiar how to create transactions on the blockchain and also how it works to set up smart contracts and everything. So what we are currently developing is also like it's based a lot on testing, on unit testing, and us being sure that everything works on the mainnet. So everything we're developing currently is already working on the testnet and has been part of like extensive unit testing.
Oh, nice. That makes sense. Yeah, it looks like you actually have a really good team. You guys are all docs. You guys have your LinkedIn's here, which is really awesome. Sorry that this is midnight for you guys, but
no problem at
That's
all.
okay, man.
So are you able to go, what is Crosswise? If I were just a regular user and I'd have never heard of Crosswise, can you give me a lowdown on what it is?
Yep. So what we're trying to do is basically Crosswise. We're trying to aim to be a really easy to use DEX 2.0. And what we mean by that, what we're trying to basically do is combine the best of both worlds, i.e. Having the kind of accountability, centralized support, and general sort of ease of use of a centralized exchange, and combine that with the more open technical possibilities and the benefits of decentralization that you find with a DEX.
Awesome. So you're essentially an exchange. When you say exchange, what do you compare yourself to? You said it was decentralized with DEX, right? Is it like a pancake swap, or would it be more higher tech essentially? Go ahead.
So PancakeSwap is actually only on BSC, and they don't have any intention to launch cross-chain. So we're basically more of, let's say, SushiSwap or Uniswap. No, Uniswap is also a bad example because they're only on Ethereum, but they're more high level. What we're trying to do is to create a DEX that has a lot of features built in, so you don't need to use external tools such as Antibod or YieldWatch to keep track of your portfolio. We have built-in gasless features, we have limit orders, we have an order book and everything. So what we're really trying to do is to bring those features from a centralized exchange and also the security with the live support and the ticket support to a DEX, and also make it more user-friendly for newbies in DeFi.
Oh, nice. So it'll have the look and feel essentially of like a larger exchange essentially is what I'm kind of getting by that.
Exactly. So we will try to onboard users that are knowing how to trade on a centralized exchange, and we want to make it very easy for them to come on board and start directly on the chain. I think it's very difficult for some users to actually start because there are so many rug pulls and there are so many difficulties As you know, you can create one transaction and lose all of your funds, especially when we're trading on a decentralized exchange.
Mhm.
So we want to create a safe environment for those people with vetted listings, and a hands-on support in many different languages to create a good experience for them.
No, nice. I have a bunch of questions, but I open up to the community. Does anybody have any questions for Crosswise at this moment? So essentially, they're a decentralized exchange coming out pretty soon, with a lot of amazing things happening. Does anybody have any questions? All right, no, everyone's waking up or going to bed too. Sucks.
Yeah, that's on me too. I just got home here. I've been listening away, but I can't wait to get on the headset so I can hear this better. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. That's totally okay. Though with regards to your decentralized exchange, do you have any project that you just said it, that you compare yourself to? You said Uniswap. So that makes sense to me. With regards to, you said that you had like gasless fees. How do you aim on doing that? How do you eliminate gas?
We are working with Biconomy. They have their own API for that, and this works with signing the transaction through the wallet signature, rather than creating a transaction with gas. And this works on all major chains besides Ethereum. Ethereum doesn't allow it because they still want the miners to earn the fees, and that's why they didn't issue this standard on their chain. We are able to offer it for all of our users free of charge, so you don't have any additional fee to use the gasless feature.
Oh, that's really that that makes total sense. All right, what about okay, so a lot of these coins, what they do is they go, they apply for PancakeSwap and they can immediately get on. You're saying that you're going to have this accountability and support, which support is another thing, but the accountability with this via vetting projects and whatnot. So you're saying as your exchange, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for tokens to get on to your exchange, essentially, just because you want to vet them, ensure that they're safe, etc. Am I getting that correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to have a vetting protocol to basically screen every token that wants to list, because it really is the only way to ensure safety. So the short answer is yes.
DK, I kind of answered it for you. Sorry. Will there be any other kind of accountability aspects built within this, like insurance policies, etc.? Or
so we are working. We are actually getting together a whole list of features or perks that new projects have to bring in. Which means they also have the team needs to be doxed, the liquidity needs to be locked. So we have a few fundamental things that the project needs to do to be listed on our DEX, and also we are working towards having backup funds in case a project that is listed on our DEX might rock, and then we could give back the funds to users.
Okay, that makes sense. Just out of curiosity, sorry. Does anybody within the community have any more questions, or have any questions?
I do. I'm just curious. You guys have an audit with TechRate, right? In your technical partners, it says that you also are partnered with CertiK. Do you have a CertiK audit as well?
So the CertiK audit is currently ongoing. You can see it on their website. The status is already ongoing and onboarding. So they will finish the audit of our cross token within the next 2 weeks. And after that, they will start auditing the whole DEX, which means they will audit the master chef, the sous chef, the router, and the farms and pools supporting contracts. So our whole DEX will be completely audited by Certic, and currently it's already audited by TechRate, at least the pre-sale and the cross tokens, and the other contracts will follow up as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we have a question. Hello, I want to confirm about the pre-sale. Is it a whitelist pre-sale or it's just a community contribution?
Sorry, what do you mean by a community contribution? Basically, the pre.
Is it
Yeah.
people whitelisted that can buy from the pre-sale, or it's a general contribution?
Is it? I think he's asking. Is it a whitelist contribution,
yeah.
or
Got it.
can anybody get access to it?
So in the beginning we had a whitelisting process with KYC, but later on we confirmed with our legal partners that we don't need the KYC, but we needed to keep the whitelisting, which actually also really good, worked well against bots and users we didn't want to have in our pre-sale, like automated traffic. So yeah, it's working with whitelisting, but it just takes 30 seconds because you just need to send us your BC wallet address and that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Did that answer it correctly, Big Brain? Was I asking it correctly? That's right. Building off of Big Brain's question,
Yep.
where do I access your this pre-sale?
So
When does it end?
So
Go ahead.
it's hosted. It's self-hosted at crosswise.finance, and you just basically hit the page. You click on the Get Whitelisted button. That's where you get taken to a Typeform form, and you just submit your BSC address as mentioned. And then as soon as you get a confirmation from us, you're basically ready to go, and you can just proceed to click on the Buy Tokens button. Well, connect and then buy tokens.
Cool. I accidentally doxed myself, so that's all right. Shit happens. Cool. So essentially, I'm showing it on the screen. You just go to this pre-sale.
Oh yeah.
This is the Crosswise.
It is a little- yeah. So everyone knows your wallet address by now, I guess.
Everyone knows it. No one knows my last name though, but I guess people don't know. But oh well. Cool.
And so
when does this end? Oh,
yeah.
it says right here. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I was going to mention we're going to launch just around Christmas, and so basically if we don't hit the hard cap by then, we'll launch anyway, because this round in the pre-sale was unplanned. Initially, we only planned to have one round, but that sold out so quickly that the community then asked for a second round, and so we organized the second round. But
The community has spoken.
we still have to basically stick to the launch date.
That makes sense. Yeah, you have a bunch of partners you have to essentially.
Of course. Yeah.
Awesome. So, with regards to this, so you do have a vetting process, et cetera, to get onto your exchange. So I'm just curious, what tokens do you have planned for your launch? Do you already have a bunch of tokens that are going to be on there, or?
So currently we have 10 major coins, including BNB, Ethereum, Ripple, and all of those major coins, the most used trading pairs on other DEXs. And from there on, we will start listing more major coins that are already, let's say, tradable and have a high market cap. But we will also include new smaller projects that go through our vetting process, and then will be tradable on our DEX, because I think it's one of our most important tasks in the next few months to really get enough trading volume on the DEX so it actually has usability and the people will start using it as their major trading platform.
That's cool. So, with regards to this, is this going to be internationally used? I guess it's a decentralized exchange, so anybody can access it.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, like
decentralized.
with the
Go ahead.
access, it's always a little bit like, does your country allow it? Are there any local laws pushing you away from it? You know, like there might be some cases where people can't use it. But this is really like a rare situation.
Okay, that makes sense. With regards to fees, I have this up right now. Are you able to go over these?
Sure. So the quick swap is actually the instant swap, from PancakeSwap and Uniswap or any other DEX. This features a 0.2% fee. 0.17% go back to the LP, so which means you can basically earn from the trading fees when you're providing LP, and 0.03 go to the project. The advanced swap is the one which is actually cross chain, so you can directly trade from BSC to Polygon, or I don't know, from Phantom to BSC. This will have a 0.3% fee, and the only change is that the project receives 0.13%. We have a built-in auto-compound function, so you can auto-compound your LPs and single coin staking pools with a 5% fee, which is actually the same as on AutoFarm or any other major yield optimizer. And transactions of our own coin Cross will have a 0.1% fee, whereas 0.04 go back to development and marketing, 0.03 go into liquidity, and 0.03 are used to buy back and burn Cross. And our farm and pool rewards are working with vesting, which means that normally 50% of those rewards get vested within 5 months, but you can immediately claim those, and then you are losing 25% of the total rewards and only receive 75% in total.
Okay, that makes sense. That's interesting. You guys have such a. It just shows that you guys do have a team behind it, and you're actually thinking everything through, which is pretty amazing.
Many of our features are also like this because we want the deflationary mechanisms, and we want our price to be at least stable or to go up, of course. That's why we have a lot of small fees that aren't inflicting on normal users, but on users trying to make a quick buck, let's say. So we really thought this through with the tokenomics and the fees on the platform. To have the best sense how to maintain the price level or even raise it.
That makes sense. Do you have a question? Sorry? No?
Nope.
No.
Well, I was kind of curious about this XCRSS. So that's just going to be the reward token. You're not going to be able to purchase that in any other way. That's just simply if you're using the pools.
Yes, that's 100% correct. That's our vesting coin. Just to split the farm and pool rewards, exactly.
Right. Okay. And that actually is going to be used to actually do buybacks as well from what I'm reading here. So
the buybacks and burns will be done by the fees we're creating with the platform, but the X Cross is a coin that only gets vested into Cross. So all of our rewards we're receiving are in Cross or other native tokens, and these are used to buy back Cross, which is the main token and is the only one which is tradable. So X Cross isn't even tradable or can't even be used for buyback and burn.
Okay, cool. How long has your pre-sale been going on for? You had round one, which sold out.
So round one started on the 27th of October, and we sold out within 3 weeks. The soft cap got reached after 14 minutes. And round two is online since the 27th of November. So since 10 days, and currently we are at stage 2. We sold, I think, around 350 or 360k until now. And there are around 390k left to fill now.
Okay. And sorry, pre-sale round one was okay, I see. 1,100,000
1.1 million BUSD split in 3 stages.
Yeah,
and now we have round 2 with only 2 stages. And 750k total to be raised, yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
So kind of building off that, what is your starting market cap?
It's really hard to tell because it really depends on how much our presale gets filled, because 30% of the presale amount are going into the initial liquidity, which is going to be locked for 2 years in the beginning, and into two trading pairs, Cross BNB and Cross BUSD. But let me give you like a quick calculation. So we're selling 4 million coins total in the presale, which is 8% of our total max supply of the coin. Around 40% of those will be unlocked at the release time. So we are looking at around 1.6 million coins that will be unlocked. In case we sell out the pre-sale, we will have around 550k raised for liquidity, which means with a starting price of 0.95, we will need around 600,000 coins. So a total of 2.2 million coins will be unlocked with a starting price of 0.95 BUSD. So the starting market cap will be around 1.8 to 2 million, let's say.
So, just so people hear this correctly, a centralized exchange or a decentralized exchange similar to Uniswap, which has what are they at? 500 million market cap or a couple billion market cap, is launching at 1.8 to $2 million market cap. You have an opportunity to get in this before it booms, essentially.
It's very early, yeah.
Pretty amazing. Yeah. I'm very bullish. Whenever an exchange comes out, I put way too much money into it. So
Yeah, Michael loves his exchanges.
they're like the top two things. So, because like you guys are partnered with Beconomy, you probably have already heard Beconomy is another token named Beconomy. They're unrelated to each other, which is hilarious, and they're an exchange token. And so that's how I learned about the Beconomy you're talking about. It's like, oh, there's two of them. It's interesting. With regards to this, so you're a cross-platform exchange. Is your token, the CRSS, is it a Binance Smart Chain token, or are you guys your own
So,
blockchain?
Actually our coin is bound to Chainlink's price feed, so we can deploy it anywhere we want. So, we didn't want the limitation of only being on one chain. That's why we connected our smart contract of the coin directly to the price feed. So we have the live price feed data of the coin, and we can launch with the same price and the same market price tracking on any of those blockchains.
That makes total sense. Yeah, I had the meeting with Blockchain too. They're really nice dudes. Cool. Any other questions? You guys have questions from the community?
I was kind of curious how you're partnered with Biconomy. I'm not sure I really understand that. Like how does that work?
So Biconomy, we're using two of their APIs. So the first one is the one for the gasless feature, and the second one is the cross-swap feature, the cross-chain feature. So the cross-chain feature allows us to have nodes on every blockchain interacting with each other and creating those cross-chain swaps. So the smart contracts from those nodes interact with each other, and they create those transactions within 20 seconds. So when you want to swap from one blockchain to the other, it only takes you 20 seconds, and other platforms sometimes with those nodes, they need like up to 3 hours. So when you're in Polygon wallet or Polygon mainnet, you will need 3 hours to get it into Ethereum, and our cross-chain feature is almost instant because it creates this overflow of assets directly, and then rebalances the liquidity pools on both sides.
Okay. You got to.
Okay. So building off this, it's not really building off it. What are your marketing plans currently with regards to, I know that you guys are doing AMAs, etc. What other things do you have planned or have you already done?
So we have had a huge round of AMAs, as you already mentioned, but we also got into running ads on many of those tools for DEX. I don't want to advertise them now here with your community, but we had a lot of ad spaces booked with many decentralized exchange tools. We had influencers marketing us on YouTube, on Twitter. We have run an IDO challenge where every 10th investor got a refund for his investment, for his invested amount. We are currently trying to figure out how to do good content marketing. with introducing the platform and also building up a help base for newbies in DeFi and showing them how it works. So yeah, and also for the release, we will have a lot of let's say exposure on magazines and publications, and yeah, we are trying to find the right mix of marketing slots just to get a lot of traffic for the release within a few weeks.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, don't worry about talking about other people within our thing. We're very open and community here. We don't. I like to see people be successful, etc. Sorry, I've got a dog, a little puppy, and it's snowing outside in Canada.
No problem.
He wants to go out and play. With regards to CoinGecko CMC, that's kind of like what all like the small coins like to see. Do you guys have like CG or CMC fast track, or do you guys have, like,
there
DEX
are
tools
ways to
trending?
fast track it, and yeah, of course we will pay and choose the fast track way. Otherwise, you will have to wait for up to 2 months. So we got our way
Holy
of
cow.
paying someone to do it faster. Just being honest.
Yeah, sorry. Over voice, you can do it. Supposedly, you can't write it down
Exactly,
because
yeah.
they're watching you or something. So, just say, all right. Which, yeah. So you guys are launching in December. What can we expect on that launch? Will all of your tools be accessible, such as like the limit trades, the smart? The smart limit trade, etc.
So
will all those be accessible?
No, so we will start with
Right away?
We will start with a huge selection of those features already. So we have all of the most important ones built in, but of course some features such as the cross-chain swap, they will be available once we launch on the second blockchain. So as long as we're only on BSC, of course it's not available. So also like the analytics and stats tools. A selection of those will be available for launch, but the rest will be built within the next few months after that. So currently we are really focusing on testing, on beta testing the platform we have as it is now, and you can see in the roadmap what actually has been done until now. Let's say that all of those major points, such as smart contract, security, price feed, subgraph, are all done. The other ones, like the stats analytics tools, these are actually smaller features because they will require less work than those major security and platform defining features.
Yeah, what you're essentially saying is we want to ensure that our primary feature is going to be working and it's going to be thorough, as that's what's going to get people to get there, and everything else is kind of just a bonus kind of thing. And so we'll get that.
And let's say it's also very much about the feedback of the users. So we want the users to actually give us feedback how those tools should look like. We're currently still defining our target group and what our users would like to see from a DEX.
That makes total sense.
Are you guys going to be having a phone app that's like on launch, or are you going to be doing a
on
phone
launch,
app?
not, but in 2022. So we are actually what we're trying to do is also have a mobile wallet where you would see all of those values, or let's say all of those assets you have on all blockchains. And you would be also able to create cross-chain transfers directly in the app and have all of those basic, let's say, major features from our DApp. Yeah, we're still working towards that. So, like the mobile app especially is something which needs a dedicated development team, because Swift for iOS, or let's say Android development, is something very specific, and it's also very much about the security of it. When you first release it, at the same time where you might release the major platform, it might bring you security issues, because all of those major smart contracts, it's best to actually test them first on desktop and mobile, and then move to a native mobile app.
Absolutely. Okay. So you're gonna be having like your own wallet on this exchange.
Yes.
Is there anything that it will involve MetaMask in any way for people that are kind of trying to keep their wallet like consistent together.
Oh, sorry. Well, just to clarify, I mean the wallet is something that'll be an add-on, but initially you will be using MetaMask, Trust Wallet,
So
or whatever wallet.
The
to
wallet you
trade.
have in our DEX is something. Let's say you have the wallet address, which is connected to a MetaMask or Trust Wallet or any other wallet you use. But this wallet address will create your own, let's say, wallet in our system. So we are not the one playing the wallet software, or let's say the wallet login system, but we're the ones creating the balances and everything on it. So you will have a nice overview of everything, what's going on your wallet address.
Okay, cool.
Essentially like a portfolio view of things, not
Yeah.
actually a wallet as such.
Right. Okay. So it'll be like a coin market cap portfolio that you can add all your coins to and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but also much more usable because you can directly create transfers and everything. So you're not only seeing you not only have a list view of those assets, but you can actually move those assets and play around with it.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really cool, actually. Okay.
Awesome.
Right.
With regards to your features, so you've discussed some of them. Are there any that you have in development that you haven't really told the community yet, or
So our roadmap
it
is
is
very
secretive?
transparent. So like we will also work with voting and have our community decide on features and also about potential fees of those and where we are heading to. So everything you see in the roadmap is actually what we're doing now.
Yeah, it looks really clean. You guys have done a very good job with regards to
So when
your
you click
roadmap
on,
has a lot of things. It's not filler, etc. Go ahead.
when you click on full roadmap, you will see even more of those points.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's where half the stuff you're saying. I was like, I don't know where you're saying that. But
That's what I meant with the most basic and most important features. So and the ones that are defining it, because some of those features they're bound to smart contracts you can't change later on. So let's say in case we want to have a fee on our coin or have specific, let's say specific features regarding to swapping and everything, this needs to be set from the beginning. Otherwise, we would need to redeploy our contracts at some point.
and yeah, you'd have to do the whole V2,
Exactly.
V1,
Same as
V2
pancake
thing.
swap.
It happens. It happens a lot actually. With any kind of known coin, you usually go to V2 just because they usually miss something.
You know, like after and after some time, smart contracts just get more functionalities. So when you want to use those functionalities, you will need to redeploy with a new contract. So that's why many of those, let's say, exchanges, they need to redeploy at some point, especially the master chef. So you will need to move the liquidity, just because those new contracts are more up to date and more secure.
I agree.
Will you be adding any way to access your bank account, for example,
So
on your exchange?
no, because then we would move towards a centralized exchange, and we would need to docs and KYC people. But we will have an option with Ramp. They have a bridge which would directly enable you to buy coins with fiat money.
Ooh, okay.
That's cool. So, with regards to the KYC and docs and et cetera, and so what I've noticed personally is all the centralized exchanges have moved recently to that. They have this heavy take a picture of your ID, and then you have to look around the room, et cetera, so they can identify you. And it just throws people off from getting onto crypto, essentially. How do I get onto your exchange? How do I sign up for your exchange? Will it be a simple email plus password,
So
or will it be more thorough than that? Go
So
ahead.
it will be completely decentralized. You only have to connect your wallet, but we give you the option to connect your email, your Telegram ID, and to receive notifications and everything when new coin launches, when limit orders get executed that you set up, and stuff like that. So you can use it completely decentralized, or you can also use our add-on feature to have those notifications.
But those notifications you're talking about, a lot of coins, that's essentially what they do is that's it. So I'm just like, oh, that's a good feature in itself, that notification aspect. Cool. Anybody else within the community have any questions? Everyone's finally showed up.
You guys are having a lottery too, I can see from your sneak peek on your DApp there.
The lottery will be a little bit different than others, than other dexes. As you know, like in case you have like a normal lottery, as PancakeSwap had it for a long time, this is actually very difficult when it comes to the gambling laws, because actually people are gambling for money, for real money, and this can really lead to serious law issues in the future. So what we will do is more like a skill-based game, because this is still fine. Like this is from a legal standpoint, this will work for us.
Oh, you're going to be having some sort of game instead of just gamble.
Exactly. So
instead of just like a gamble.
You know, like
okay.
even
okay.
like you know, like randomly guessing like coin prices is still kind of legally difficult, because you're predicting the market and the platform behind it might be working towards it. So we will have a more defined system of those skill-based games.
Right. Okay. Will you be creating your own game for that then? Obviously, you're going to be doing some sort of thing like that. Oh, well, you just said that you might be having some sort of like guessing, but then that's predicting the market. Okay.
No,
okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of a minefield. We'll have to basically come up with something that works in as many
Right.
jurisdictions as possible.
Right, you're still very early. Okay. Okay.
With regards to your token, you said there's a farming or staking aspect. Is there a farming or staking aspect, and does that mean there'll be minting of your coin, or will it be a set supply for the time being?
So we have a max supply of 50 million, but the coin has minting, so we will have 1.2 cross minted for the first 14 days per block. After that, 1 coin per block. And 8% of those of the minting goes to Team Dev Wallet for development, marketing, and so on. Actually, the farm and pool rewards they're paid out to the 10 main trading pairs we'll have in the beginning and the cross staking. But of course, we will increase the amount of farms and pools after that.
Are those gonna? Oh, sorry. Did you say? Oh, those are gonna be pairs. You said that. You just said that, right? They're gonna be pairing, or are they gonna be single stake assets?
We will have both. We will have LP. We will have farm and pool. So you will be able to use both. Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna be using a stable coin pairing, or is that gonna be like BNB?
We will
or
have both. The cross token will have a pool farm with BNB and with BUSD. So we'll have both major trading pairs.
okay. Okay.
Awesome. So, with regards to what you just said, with how there is the minting aspect, which a lot of people are scared about it, but whatever. That's a different thing. What's going to occur is there's going to be a little bit of inflation that occurs with that, and so there's always the challenge of burning or doing something to reduce the inflation, so it creates a stable floor or a ground price.
Yeah.
And so PancakeSwap, what they do is they have like lotteries, or you can sign up to the thing and sign up a thing. You buy it with cake, and then they burn all that cake. How do you plan on burning or limiting doing the opposite of the minting, essentially?
So
reducing the supply.
So what PancakeSwap actually does, they burn most of the coins with the launchpad, where 50% of the raised amount are given in cake, and those 50% are burned. But they have a very high emission with, they had 50 cake per block in the beginning, they went down to 30, now to 20, which is still a very high emission, which it basically means that currently they're dropping 100,000 coins per day for farming and staking, and before that it was almost 500,000. Our minting process only will only drop 22,000 coins per day. So we have a very much lower emission than other dexes, Plus, we have deflationary mechanisms with our immediate claim function, with the buyback and burn already built into our coin, plus the trading fees of our coin going towards buyback and burn. And our launchpad will also, of course, feature our own coin Cross, which will be then used to buyback and burn in case people buy into those projects launching on the launchpad.
That makes sense. So cool. Community, do you guys have any questions? Feel free to speak up. I'm going to change it next time so it's not 0.1 for showing up. It's 0.1 for best question. So you guys just liked.
That's a good idea. Everybody's so quiet all the time.
Keep their mouth shut. Like, are you kidding? All right. So when I'm looking right here, it says anti-whale router. What do you mean by that?
So anti-whale, we're actually limiting the amount of coins users can trade with one particular trade. The whale router can be set to 0.5% or 1% or 2% of the total supply, which means that every project can define if they want to use the anti-whale router or not. And this will basically also create a safer environment to not create this typical pump and dump scheme in the beginning where bots are basically filling the whole transactions of the new coin and are raising the price floor like heavily.
Well, that makes sense. That's pretty cool. So you're allowing the tokens to have control over that essentially, or having more control over their coins.
Yeah, that's why
when I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's why we also implemented the Antibod features. So we can basically limit the trading behavior of wallet addresses. So in case someone is trading 24/7 non-stop and is creating transactions every 2 to 3 minutes, it's basically bot trading. This is something we don't want for particular coins, or let's say coins that want to have a clean, let's say, trading history and don't want bots and whales to interflict with the price of the coin.
That makes sense. When I'm listening to that, it sounds like some of this, you're saying that when new coins come on, do you guys plan on having a launch pad anytime in the future?
So yeah, we're building a launch hub rather than a launch pad. So we are building an incubation area where new projects will also get help regarding development, marketing, legal issues, setups, how to set up a company for running a crypto project. So we really want to support new projects with all of those aspects. Because many of you guys know that some projects, they just fail because of one particular aspect. They didn't have a look into legalities. They had a bug in their code base. So we really want to help those projects succeed.
Okay. Any other questions?
Have you guys, you have your own YouTube channel, I see. I didn't really see that until I had actually just like sort of found it hidden. But have you reached out to any other YouTubers as well for them to sort of cover Crosswise?
Yeah, we had like 6 to 7 YouTube videos by YouTubers over the last couple of 6 weeks. In case you just fill out the keyword Crosswise or Crosswise Finance on YouTube, you will probably find them. But we are also working towards our ambassador program to work with influencers and other major, let's say, brand ambassadors for a longer time. And we will announce the perks for those people interested in participating very soon.
Oh, okay. So you're looking at actually partnership with some influencers.
Yeah, because our project is more meant to be long-term. As you see, we're developing a lot of features, and this is not like something we just want to use for a quick cash grab. Otherwise, we wouldn't have developed it for already 6 months and almost did a completely custom code base. Yeah.
Great. No, that's good. That's good. Okay. And you said that there's going to be some sort of benefit for, obviously, for the partnership, but to announcing that kind of stuff later when you have like you're going to be updating your platform with information on that for people to actually like apply and stuff?
Yeah, so what you're currently seeing is only our pre-sale page, and once the pre-sale finishes, we will have a new landing page plus a new link to our DApp, and then you will find the updated content regarding affiliate program, ambassador program, how to apply to list your token and everything else.
Okay. And you just said that you've only been working on this for about 6 months. That's pretty cool. Has your team, have you guys known each other like previously in other projects, or is this your first project sort of all coming together and working?
Greg and I, we know each other for a long time, and so yeah, we have already started thinking about how to build a DEX like a year ago. Then we were collecting ideas and also like the issues other DEXs have regarding security and features. We didn't find any DEX that had like a lot of built-in features. We were always using external things such as Yield Watch or let's say Antibod to keep track of our portfolio. And yeah, regarding our devs, some of them knew each other already from other DeFi projects. They all have at least 5 years experience in coding and creating DeFi projects. So yeah, and that's why we're also very, let's say, we're very sure and very secure that we could actually develop the platform we were planning to do.
Okay. How did you sort of find your other team members?
So, you know, like especially finding developers in DeFi and for blockchain development is very difficult. We've started around, and then we were mostly searching through, let's say, our network, and there are specific services that might bring you the right talent for this kind of development. So yeah, we were searching for a few months, and then we started with 2 devs, and in the end we extended to 8. As you know, it's also difficult from let's say a social standpoint, because you really need a team that can work together and functions. So it took us some time to get our team together as it is now.
Right, picking and choosing is definitely the way to go. Being picky about your team. Yeah, right on. Cool. Okay. And they all have LinkedIn, I can see. Okay. Right on.
Cool. Any other questions within the community? It's difficult because the people I try to bring are all PST, and so it's 9 a.m. Which 9 a.m. isn't really. It's not really that early, but you know we're older now, so 9 a.m. is like 9 a.m. on a Monday. So a lot of just yeah.
Ryan, God, sorry. I'm tired.
Cool.
Just like this guy right here. Tired as crap.
Well, honestly, we had a big group of us last night. We stayed up way too late. And I'm just like,
okay,
you know what I mean? I'm super pumped up about these. Even right now, I'm like, I feel like a sponge right now because this sounds dope. I'm like, it's going to be like an hour later. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to DM you guys.
That's okay, man.
Cool. Any other questions?
What do you mean by anti-bot protection on your website here? Like, is that for the pre-sale or the launch, or like what kind of, what is that for?
The Antibod feature is something that the projects launching in our DEX can select or deselect and turn it on or off. So this is something where we are monitoring the trade history and the trade volume of our users. So as I said, in case someone trades 24/7 and has a specific pattern, we can surely say it's a bot, and then those bot wallet addresses wouldn't be able to trade specific coins that have the anti-bot measurement turned on.
Oh, okay. So it's actually going to be an option on your IDO or Launchpad that the developer or the project can actually select.
So you will have 2 options of launching the coin. One is just making it tradable on our DEX, providing liquidity. This will also go through a vetting process. And the second one is the Launchpad /Launch Hub. which would bring brand new projects that aren't tradable yet to our DEX.
Okay. Are you going to be really like taking any kind of projects, or you have like a certain type of project in mind? Like, are you going to be doing meme coins or anything like that, or is it just going to be everything that you just that you vet afterwards?
Everything that would go through our vetting process, and we don't want to disclose or enclose like any specific kind of coin. I think we have, there's always something new coming up, like especially gaming, metaverse is very hot right now. So it's very difficult to say what kind of coins will be tradable there, because it's also regarding the demand and what people really want to see on the exchange.
Yeah, that's totally fair. It seems like there's a new meta like every month or even every 2 weeks lately.
We had the NFTs and now we have the metaverse.
Right, exactly. Have you guys thought about any kind of like NFTs or anything like that?
So
I know that you're an exchange, but it's like nothing like that.
But many exchanges integrate with NFTs. Even PancakeSwap has an NFT marketplace now. So yeah, of course we're thinking about, but I don't want it to be, let's say, a fully loaded marketplace with a lot of, let's say, crap. To be honest, 99% of the art you can buy on most of those exchanges is something that won't have any value in a few years. I think we can both agree on that. So,
definitely.
So
absolutely.
What I was thinking about is something more like, let's say, a drop-based system. So as you know, many of those fashion brands, they work with a drop scheme. You were getting a date, an invite to it, and then you were able to buy a limited amount of. And I would be very interested to work with designers and artists that have a good standing regarding their art, and then we would host those drops, and people would be able to participate. And for EG, we only have 25 art pieces to sell, but these are extremely exclusive and limited. And I think this is what makes more sense than just having a marketplace where everyone can just fill up and load up their digital free-to-bit artwork.
Right, that does make sense. Having an overload of the artwork, it just doesn't make sense because it devalues it, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that is the right route for you guys to go.
Yo, and I'm sorry for interrupting. I want to just confirm, because this will be my first time on buying on this kind of project. So I want to know if there's any tutorial on how to buy and how to sell.
Yes, so we have.
Maybe I'm whitelisted or something.
Don't worry about it. So there's one link on our website. It's called How to Buy. When you click on it, you will get a text tutorial, and there's also a link to our YouTube video explaining how to use the pre-sale system.
Oh, perfect.
Right. Just hope I got whitelisted. Also, I'll be so excited.
Sure, we'll be whitelisting.
Oh, you need to be whitelisted too for round 2?
Yeah, you will need to get whitelisted. Actually, it's just dropping your wallet address and your email, so we can also spam you in the future. I'm just joking.
I already dropped my wallet. I already followed the process. I already dropped my address.
Perfect. Just wait a few minutes. Once the AMA is over, I will directly whitelist you.
Okay. Awesome. Do we have any other questions from the community? Sorry, my dog's going crazy right now.
Okay.
Do you guys have anything to add before we finish this AMA? Anything to wrap it up?
There's nothing to add, but I will just drop a link to the whitelisting form into our website, so you guys, it's easy for you guys to find it. And we're very happy to welcome all of you guys in our community. Also, in case you have any questions, just tag our username or message our community group. Yeah, and that's basically it.
Thanks for having us.
Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you very much for showing up, guys. So this is Crosswise. If you guys haven't met, this is Greg and Frederick. Crosswise is a new decentralized exchange coming out around Christmas time. They currently have a second tier whitelist going on to buy their tokens, which should be launching at around 1.8 estimated. Don't quote me on that, market cap in comparison. Other things that launch, other decentralized exchanges that launch are in the multi-millions to billions. So this is very early. They have a full core here. I'm very bullish on these guys. Thank you very much for showing up, Moonarch Snipes, as always.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Happy
you.
to have such great work projects.
Have a nice morning and get some coffee.
Have a great day.
Cheers, guys.
Bye, guys. See ya.
Bye.